Hare Krishna. Whenever we are stuck in problem, we'll notice that as soon as we pick up our beads and start chanting, we'll start doing one very important activity during the chanting time. That is, solving the problem. We feel it is important, but during the chanting time, problem solving is not important. But then that particular problem takes the priority over chanting, and therefore, while chanting, we try to solve the problem. We start chatting with the mind instead of chanting. And one thing we will see, that we'll invest a lot of thought process just in one thing. That is, how using my talents and skills, my prowess, I can solve that problem. How to give back to that person who created the problem. How to pull back the various things which are taken away from me, etc., etc., etc. Therefore, it's a very important thing to note that we are just dependent on our skill set, our talents, our prowess, or we might be depending on someone else's prowess, someone else's talents, or we are taking the help of various things around us to solve that problem. So what are we trying to do? We are trying to take shelter in a critical situation, or in any situation for that matter. Whenever we are stuck in problem, we are trying to take shelter of mortal beings and mortal things. So our skill set, our talents and other things, they are there for some time, they will not be there. Temporary shelter. Other people around us, how long they will remain with us, no clue. Temporary shelter. The things around us, again same thing. How long they are there with us, again a big question mark. Temporary shelter. So our entire chanting time, especially when we are doing this problem solving, we are just taking shelter of the temporary things. They may or may not solve the problem. Possible. As we all know, Sukha and Dukkha, that quota of Sukha and Dukkha in this life is fixed. So whatever it is, whatever problem solving we do, whatever is supposed to come, will come. That particular quota of Sukha or particular quota of Dukkha will come. Therefore, it's a very important thing that instead of solving the problem by taking shelter of temporary things around us and ourselves, better take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Lord Krishna, who is permanent, who is eternal, who has all the power to solve all the problems of this world. So instead of taking shelter of temporary things in this world, if we take shelter of Krishna, one thing is very clear, at least we will get closer to Krishna. And if Krishna desires, he'll solve that problem. Second, he will give us enough strength to withstand that particular problem. So just by taking shelter of temporary things around us, for sure the problem will not get solved. And second, will not get strength to withstand that problem. But for sure, when we take shelter of Krishna, if he desires, he can change our karma also. So he can solve the problem. And for sure, when we take his shelter, we will get strength to withstand any problem in this world. So here comes the question. During chanting, how to take shelter of Krishna? Simple. When you pick up the bead and when we are chanting, just trying to hear the holy name is taking shelter of Krishna. That I'll not think about anything else now. I don't want to think about my skill set, my talents, my prowess. I don't want to think about people around me who can give me shelter. I don't want to think about the things around me which are going to give me shelter. The only thing that I want to do is take shelter of Krishna by chanting his holy names. And we intensely pray to Krishna. That, oh Krishna, apart from you in this world, no one can solve any problem including me, and no one can give me any strength to withstand any problem of this world. Oh Krishna, please allow me to just hear your holy names. So this is the Japa Motivation for today. Let's try our best today when we are chanting. Let's try our best not to solve any problem by taking shelter of anything of this world, but instead take shelter of Krishna, and for sure, either of the two things will happen. The problem will get solved, Krishna will solve it. Second, it will be very important that we will get strength to withstand the problem. Or the third thing, which is very, very important, we will get closer to Krishna for sure. Hare Krishna.